All right. I'll try to try to record this now a few times, right? I'm trying to get across a lot of information while I eat cheese and crackers, but I haven't done a video in a little while. I've got to do more videos. Part of the reason is because I'm in a new country, and the internet's expensive, more expensive than where I was, and so. But they've got a Starbucks, right? Now, the Starbucks, it's always in the city. So here I am now in the city trying to leverage the free internet available there to offset the cost of what it costs to get like a travel sim, right? But, 30 days ago, I was in another country and I was quite enjoying my solitude being in nature, fully immersed, just with the mobile data, right? And in my sitting there relationship with God and all that was great, right? So now here I am in this new country, but I'm kind of like, I can't find the sweet, I'm still looking for the sweet spot. So I'm going back and forth. I've tried the city, went back to solitude, back to the city, back to solitude in nature, right? And now I'm back in the city, and I'm doing my inline skating. I've gotten back into that now because there's a lot of asphalt here. So that's really good because I do feel a lot very revitalized, I suppose, today after like a couple days of doing it. So I'm going to stick with that, I think, for a little while. But I do long to go back out into nature, though, and enjoy the solitude a little bit, too. So I'm sure there'll be time for that as well. The other thing, too, which has really taken a lot of energy out of me, is I got this legal matter that's still ongoing with the divorce, and that we've got a hearing on the 17th of November, and I had to put an affidavit together for that. And it's just such an ugly thing to put eyes onto. It's really difficult to do. From my perspective, it's just so much dishonesty, so much lying. It's disgusting, and when I look at it, I do. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I lose faith in humanity quite a bit when I put my eyes on this. So, I was. It gets me upset. So I have to, it's pushed me back into solitude, right? When I did that a few days ago and over the last week, as I'm doing it, really brings me down and lose faith in humanity when I see this because I don't see law being exercised properly at all. It's lawless, to be perfectly honest. So, but I worked my way through that affidavit. I got it submitted a day or two late. I didn't sign it. I mean, I could have signed it, but it was going to be a pain in the ass. And ultimately, they would want me to have that witnessed by the proper process by Justice of Peace in Australia, anyway. So, I'm not going to be able to do that. And to be perfectly frank about it, it being a pain in the ass and being as difficult as it was to set eyes on it, they haven't followed the law anyways, right? So why should I? I mean, so I've put my affidavit in the best I could, given my circumstances. I did ask to attend remotely, but they told me that I would need to put in an application, a separate application for that to be considered, and that needs to be witnessed and signed, and like I can do that from afar. You know what I mean? So yeah, that matter really. I mean, there is no law, right? With the way that that's unfolded, law doesn't exist, or if it does exist, it's basically the mob, essentially. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise me, but the problem is it's unfolded of such in such a way that it's really hard to kind of the trust is so shattered that it's like everybody who's been involved in this legal matter is the only thing that I can the only thing that makes sense is that the spiritual realm. Look, my personal experience, I know the spiritual realm exists. I believe I've seen God earlier this year, right? So the only thing that makes sense, I suppose, is that there's been some magnitude moves being made on the spiritual side, and because it's attached to me here in the physical reality, it's obviously manifesting in my reality as like utter fucking nonsense, because these moves that have been made on the other side are of such magnitude that this couldn't possibly make sense. So, that's the only thing I can rationalize this with. The legal matter has been so dishonest and so illegal, yet it's still happening on such a grand scale that the only thing I can rationalize that with is that for every movement here that occurs, there's a movement in the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm must be making big movements. And when those pieces move over there, it's moving it over here, but it ain't moving like from this box to this box. It's just like complete fucking nonsense. And so it's just like a distorted thing. It's like really just a distortion of, this doesn't make any sense, really. Unless the law is just a mob, essentially. But even, it's greater than that, isn't it? I mean, these are people that aren't even motivated by money. They're motivated by destroying individuals. I mean, that's the devil in hell, essentially. No. Anyways, that's me checking in. My usual thing.